Let's continue the multiplication assessment study guide with problem number 3. It says find the area of a swimming pool that is 29 meters long and 11 meters wide. So if you had a swimming pool that was 29 meters long, 11 meters wide, it would look like this and this. And how do you find area? Well, area equals length times width. So let's go ahead and just use the drawing we just made of our swimming pool as our box multiplication. So we can rewrite our 11 as a 10 and a 1. We can rewrite our 29 as a 20 and a 9. So 2 times 1 is 2. We need 2 zeros. 9 times 10 is 90. 1 times 20 is 20. 1 times 9 is 9. So we have to do our other table. You can draw these really fast. Looks like we're going to need hundreds, tens, and ones. How many ones do I have? I have 9. How many tens do I have? I have 11. I'm going to write the 11 so that it ends in the tens column. And how many hundreds do I have? 2. Add all that up. And I get 319. We must label our answer. The original problem was given to us in meters. So it's 319 meters squared is the area of our pool. So let's look at question number 4. Question number 4 says, building the swimming pool in number 3 costs $35 per square meter. How much will the pool cost? Remember we said our answer was meters squared? So a key point here is that area is measured in squares, literally. That's an important point that I'd like you to get. Now sometimes those squares are meters, sometimes those squares are centimeters, sometimes they're feet. In this case, we measured our swimming pool in meters, right, in squares. So what that would really mean is if I took a bunch of 1 meter pieces of paper, let's say, or pieces of cardboard, and laid them on top of my pool, I would have 11 of them that could fit this way. Right, so I'd have all these little squares, I'd have 11 of them here. So I could fit 11 that way, and I could fit 29 this way. And rather than draw all this, or try to figure all this out, we can just use multiplication and get that what we did in the other one, 29 times 11. This would be 391 square meters. Okay, so area is measured in squares. Little squares that you can put on top of the space. So when number 4 is asking us, is telling us that the pool costs $35 per square meter, that means for every one of those square meters of size, the contractor is going to charge me $35. How many square meters were there? 319. So how do we figure out if something is 319 per square meter, how much money that is? What's $35 per meter square? And we have 319 meters square. So we're going to multiply those, right? Because 1 meter square would cost us $35. 2 would cost us 70. 3 would cost us 105. We don't want to keep doing that. We just want to make this a multiplication problem. So let's do 35 times 319, and I'll split up that as 310 and 9. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 zeros. 3 times 1 is 3, 2 zeros, and this is 27, 1 0. Get a 15, 0 0, 5 and a 0, and a 45. I want to encourage you at this point to stop the video for a second and finish the problem on your own, and then just start it back up again when you're done to see if you got the same answer I got. So it looks like we might need 10 thousandths, thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. So I have 5 ones. I'm going to underline all my tens. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 5 is 16. So I'm going to write that 16 so it ends in the tens place. Then what about 100s? 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5 plus 5 more is 10. So I want to write that 10 so it ends in the hundreds place. How many thousands do I have? I have 1 plus 9 is 10 thousands. So I'm just going to write it up here. Got my 10 thousands. So let's add all this up. When I add it all up, I get $11,165 because it asked what the cost of the pool was going to be. So 11,165. Let's look at the next problem. Number 5, find the length of one row of 52 chairs if every chair measures 22 inches across. So here are a bunch of chairs. I'm just going to draw rectangles. So pretend like we have this row of chairs. They're all close together. And it's just going to keep going. So we have 52 chairs. And each one is 22 inches. We could write 22 52 times, and then we could add up all these 22s. That would take a heck of a long time. If each chair is 22 inches, this is where multiplication comes in really handy. It means that they're going to be 22 inches 52 times. Oh, that's a multiplication problem. 52 times 22. Okay, let's do it. 52, 22. Let's write this in. Oh, here's one you have to be careful of. 5 times 2 is 10. Then we want 2 zeros. 2 more zeros. Again, 5 times 2 was 10. And then I had to put the other 2 zeros on. 2 times 2 is 4. Put a 0 on. 2 times 5 is 10. We have to put 1 more 0 on. And 2 times 2 is 4. So we can do this one pretty quickly, I think. Thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. So 4 ones, 4 tens, 1 100, and 1 1000. So I get 1,144 inches, because they wanted to know how long the row was. And the row ends up being 1,144 inches. Okay, number 6. Teresa wants to cover a wall on campus with posters. Each poster measures 1 meter by 1 meter. The wall measures 31 meters at the base, has a height of 7 meters. How many posters will she need? Well, let's draw this. The wall is 31 meters at the base, 31 meters, and it has a height of 7 meters. And we want to cover this wall in 1 meter by 1 meter squares. Okay, well, the first thing we see is that we could put one right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could put 7 of them right here. And then we could put 7 more, 7 more, 7 more, right? So we could just keep doing this. How many times would we have to do it? 31 times. Oh, so we have to do 7 posters 31 times? It's a multiplication problem, isn't it? It's 31 times 7. The other thing it is an area problem. Because look what we're looking for. We're looking for how many squares fit in a space. And they're 1 meter by 1 meter square. So if we multiply the base times the height, we get the area, which gets us meters squared. It's the same thing as asking you the area. So let's do this multiplication problem. We have 7 times 31. So answer is 217 meters squared. Oh, but what was the question? How many posters will she have to use? Well, in that space we can fit 217 square meters. Each poster is 1 meter by 1 meter. That's exactly what a meter square is. So 217 posters.